Another episode of the TB2 podcast. You know I'm here, the Burr, spelled out B-U-R-R-R, Burr. I got my co-host, the boss, B-O $, and the podcast is booming today. It's booming because we have a special guest. You may know him. You may have seen him as Brandon Groom. You may have seen him as the brideless groom. But after 27 years of wrestling experience, he's decided to come in and share some knowledge with the podcast. Please welcome friend of the show, Boom Brandon Groom. How's it going, brother?
Man, going better not deserve. Great to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm excited about today and what we're going to talk about, and ready to bring the boom in our talk, if you will.
For sure. Well, I mean, let's go ahead and get it started. You were a state champion wrestler. You were a collegiate All-American. But what transformed you actually getting into wanting to become a professional wrestler?
Well, that really happened about 10 or 11 years old. And I was kind of like, I'm really sure I want to do this. My parents were like, oatmeal makes the world go round, or it's not realistic, all this kind of stuff. But I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. And so anyway, I kind of decided then for real. And then the transition fell into place where a local independent company came, and they're pretty successful too, came and did a show at our high school gym. He's one of our coaches, Big Daddy Moore, went on to be and he was a 2-time national wrestling champion, one of my high school coaches. They helped me win a state championship, all that. And so they had him wrestle in it. And then I was like, well, perfect. There's a local organization to join. And so that's how it was pretty easy to make a transition into getting into pro wrestling.
Nice. Now, you when I first met you, it was about 2015 down in San Antonio. You were running around as the brideless groom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
looking for love, looking for a bride. Man, I found some since then too, but I'm single and glad to be it right now. For sure.
It'd be that way. So you've now transferred yourself into Boom Brandon Groom. You've got better hair than I do, which is kind of jealousy running on the podcast right now. Usually I'm the one with the best hair on the show.
Bro, it's great. You got good hair, good hairband.
Yeah, I'm
good,
working on
bandana, I think.
Mine
got cut recently.
Oh no,
man, mine got cut recently and a little too short, and so I don't know. It's still rocking, still got a mullet, but it's probably one of the last times I cut my hair. Short.
You got the best mullet in the game for sure.
Man, I don't know about that, but I'll take it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, top tier
mullet, baby.
Yes, sir.
So all of the greats have found a way to evolve their characters and revolutionize your character. What made you decide to go from what you were comfortable with in bringing the brideless one into the now Boom Brandon Groom? What transitioned that?
Yeah, and being able to evolve your character, like you said, and then make it you turned up is some of the best characters, at least in some way.
Right.
And that brideless groom was definitely a part of me turned up, I mean, I was really probably a douchebag kind of a guy trying to look for hooking up with women because I've been heartbroken before from my wife, and then I'd get married real quick and get divorced real quick. So, but I knew that wasn't like a solid place to be, all the time. And it was just like, I knew there was something missing, and as life evolved, so did I in a lot of ways. And Larry Sabisco, a living legend, Larry Sabisco.
Okay.
I actually got an opportunity to live with him, and another guy had some rooms open for rent. Anyway, Larry was one of the guys living there, still does. But we got to become good friends, and he makes up names. He's just like laying on the couch like, oh, is that you? Boom, Brandon Groom. Boom. Yeah, Boom Groom. I like that. That's something that Vince would like. It's like Rob Van Dam, Boom Groom. I was like, really? And I tried to work with it like 2015 or 16, and ish. And I was just like, all right, boom. He's like, yeah, with the big arms. She kept trying to understand it. I did this power team kind of gimmick where I'd bend steel and like boom, but it just didn't fit, didn't feel like me. But anyway, as I knew that it was time in my career to either step it up and do it the best ever or put it on down and quit. It's like, there's something missing. Need to, well, I want to really grab hold of the character that's really me. What is really me? And so then Mike Quackenbush really helped me. Online coaching, every 3 weeks, we do a Zoom, still do. And it just kind of between that, playing with that name Larry had, it was like, no, man, uh, Boom, Boom Groom or Boom Brandon Groom is bringing the boom, and that means best on our mission because we're all on a mission. So
Mm,
boom is something that I'm
mm,
all about. I want to bring the
that's
best, and
dope.
that was my whole quest in continuing wrestling this this last couple 3 years or so. I hope that
And
answers the question.
That,
for sure.
that's really dope.
And
That's really dope.
I'm glad you brought up the best on our mission because I was about to bring that up. One thing that has been a staple with you
Yeah,
throughout evolving all of your characters, throughout wrestling, throughout life, the one thing that has been a staple is you've got the tattoo on your arm, you've got the always believe shirts. I mean, your faith, your strength in your faith has always been a staple of who you are no matter what character, what gimmick you're working with.
yeah.
Now, how hard is it in wrestling in a world where people are doing drugs and are, very opinionated to stay that strong with your faith?
Man, uh, well, definitely ain't been up to me. I already lost the whole deal a long time ago. It just no, man. It's like your life in general. It's not just in wrestling, but heck, anybody's environment. It's tough because you really, you can have faith or know about it or grow up with it or whatever, but always believe. I got from one of my favorite characters, the Ultimate Warrior, would sign things that way. But uh, faith's always been a big part I mean, of my life and faith. Well, do you go to this church, practice this religion? Well, a spiritual connection with God, feeling like I'm really being led with the inner voice, with words from other people, and with some signs and surroundings in nature. And when it's just the math adds up, where it proves true. and uh,
Right.
and I think it's been even more and more true over time. It definitely has. And so that now, even me at almost 46 years old, still being able to wrestle and getting such a good year the last year, I couldn't be more grateful. It's like that's a miracle in itself. And it's just like, man, it all fits. I'm like, hey, I talk about the power of love, and that's what I mean by that. And I'm like, that's who I basically signed a contract with. And it's like, hey, do through me what you can do because I by myself don't have nothing left. So I think that's where the boom comes in and it all fits. And that's the deal. Anybody can bring the best on our mission. Boom. But
Mm,
your best only goes so far. But when you always believe and you got the faith, you got the power of love, you got the creator of the universe behind you. I mean, it's either real or it isn't. And if that's real, then shoot, then you could really bring the boom. So that's how I feel about the whole deal.
definitely. Definitely.
That's deep. That's deep. That's deep, man. That's deep. That's bringing more
It's
than the
indeed.
character to life, man, and that's really deep. I like that you using your real name, and it's authentically you,
Yeah, that's it.
and
Mhm.
And you
That makes it so
and
much
I
easier to
like
do
that.
your
That
character.
embodies the whole boom. It's more than just a character. It's a mission work. It's mission work. It's more than
That's
character
right.
work. It becomes mission work at a point. And you definitely being protected by the higher power to be able to do this craft and be on this craft for as many years as you have, still be healthy, still be able to move around, still be able to get in the ring, definitely a blessing. So
Yeah, you're
I'm
right.
really feeling that. And I appreciate you sharing that because that's real.
Yeah, 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 and it's so cool because and it takes a lot. You gotta be pretty I mean, it's hard to think of the word right now, I'm tired, but, like, susceptible, vulnerable, I mean, whatever, just I don't care what anybody thinks, I'm gonna tell you this is the truth of what's going on, so let's just do it, and it's been so rewarding. It's like it helps and it is. It's when it's really you and all that stuff, it just makes it that much easier. you live your promo, and it's inside your head. You're not just practicing some act, you know.
Mhm.
Right, right,
But, and I could be
right,
now, which I can be, stressed out too, or off the happy train and all that kind of deal. But it's
right,
nice to
right,
I'm getting better. The character is helping me, and just my faith in general helping me getting better at staying there, staying in character, staying with the boom, staying with the faith there, always believing, not believing when it's good, but then kind of like, man, I don't always believe so much now that things are kind of falling apart, It's like,
Yeah.
no, man, it's
right.
still the same thing. Come on. So it's helped me a lot. I think even just as a person, my personal growth walk, all that kind of stuff.
Now you've
Definitely.
done things a long time, like 27 years of experience. You've done stuff like I said. I was introduced to you in RCW. I've seen you do different things for facing Nick Aldis for the NWA title. I've seen you do if I'm correct, you were on Velocity and Metal back in like the early 2000s. It was WWF Metal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, and I
Yeah.
think Jacked, or maybe it was Jacked Metal. I'm not sure. I never got to see it. I wish I'd have saw the first match I was ever on against Boded Up. But yeah, that was it. It was when it was still. I did 2 matches when it was WWF, and I prayed to God in high school to
That's
date this certain
crazy.
girl, and that didn't work. And to wrestle for WWF, and I did get to wrestle for WWF twice before they changed the name. So that was pretty cool.
Now, you've done a couple of
That's definitely dope.
different stints as I guess a developmental talent for WWE, WWF. You've had a couple of different showings there. Is there something that you feel kept you from getting that next level? I know you've done a bunch of promos, you've done a bunch of things saying that WWE was the dream, and you were right there on the cusp of it. But it seems like there was
Yeah,
something that didn't didn't allow you to push through that door.
man.
Is there something that comes to your mind of what you think it is?
Well, yeah. Well, now today I have more of a clear vision on that. I've really not got to talk about it yet. So this will be kind of the first time of there was stuff, there was stuff they would say to me. Like I was just thinking today, I'm really grateful, and I'm just trying to be honest here, but it's like, and this can be like this in the wrestling business. You can do almost everything right. And there was plenty of times, I had plenty of correction in a lot of years, but there were times there, in the last 10 years or so dealing with them was like, wow, you've done everything we've asked you to do. No, it's great. Oh, wow. I don't know. Well, we don't know there's anything else we can really ask you to do. Um, so I felt like I hit a level what they wanted. It wasn't a lack of skill necessarily. Um, and I remember in FCW 2007,
Yeah.
2008, Steve Kern and Dr. Tom sometimes were like, "Hey, man, now it's Dr. Tom was really pushing for me and stuff. So I appreciate it. So was Steve. Steve was awesome. But he's like, man, I don't know. Can you get any taller? And it's like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I did these lifts in my boots and it just didn't. And I don't know. There could have been something. Anything's possible, God. So there could have been something that and it got me there. But what I think now, honestly, is yeah, I did have was shorter than their norm and that kind of deal. But it could have happened. But I think now is kind of protected for a reason. I think that whole deal, the whole mission, man. I think what I'm supposed to do now, and what I'm starting with Lionheart Championship Wrestling, retaking it and rebranding it as a ministry show, wrestling mixed with
Yeah.
the message of life as a wrestling match in a way. It really is pro wrestling match at that. And that's what
Yeah.
I've been kind of saved for. Now it's time to bring the best 1000%. Better than RCW, better than 1999, better than last year. And now it's time right now to bring the best. So, and if I'd have been really contracted or, signed or on TV for a stint or something, you'd always been trying to get back there. It's almost like a form of PTSD. I don't know. I've seen what people, and even that time, 2000 to 2003, 4, 5, 6 was real heavy for even me and my ex-wife, Summer Rain, to get signed. And now I'm kind of like, as much as I would give my left arm to, thank God I didn't on some of that stuff. I found out, just with how I can see more and more how stuff's ran, but like, some of the stuff with McMahon and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Who knows what I'd have been caught up in or whatever. And I just really feel like, man, I feel like my best has been saved for times such as this, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there again, I think it was you know, you can look back to height and that kind of stuff. And you know, maybe not getting out there as much as I should have in their face as much. And then divine intervention too, I think was the biggest thing and most important there.
Most definitely.
Oh,
Very
So
interesting. Very interesting.
so back in
I
2018, you posted on social media that Stephanie McMahon was your favorite WWE superstar. Does that still hold true today?
I don't know. I don't know why I posted
Your
that,
mom
but
my favorite.
I mean, just to give her credit where credit's due, she is a heck of a, you know, presence on stage, a heck of a worker. I think there's a lot of great things about her, but I'm not sure why I posted that. But hey, and over the years, maybe like quit watching WWE, and I don't, you know, I'm not proud of that, but you know, yeah, she could have been. Maybe that was because of I was looking at her as being the next bride, still kind of in
Mm.
that bridal stage.
I think
Could have been.
so. I think so.
And and
Think
I
Still hung up
know
so.
on Tiffany from WWE.
and
Do
I know
what?
you're doing all this stuff with Lionheart, and you've got the big mission that you're working on with that. With the way that the wrestling landscape has changed over the years, with the upcoming of AEW and the upcoming of TNA, and is WWE still a possible goal for you, or are other options? Would that supplant that dream?
You got that lion
Yeah,
heart.
you know. Do what?
I
Lionheart?
said I'm listening to you, brother. I said you got lion heart wrestling now.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I've had it for a minute, but see,
Yeah,
Lionheart was been ran monthly before, and like we ran that all last year and everything in Arkansas mainly, but it was just a regular show. And as my
yeah,
personal wrestling picked up to, I mean, in some senses, better than it's ever been, it's like
right.
I didn't care so much about that. I was losing a lot of money on it. You're either a promoter or a wrestler, or you're a promoter that commits to wrestling for his own promotion and does really good at
Yeah,
that. It's hard to be a full-time wrestler or really want to get out there as a wrestler and
yeah,
be
and
a promoter in
promoter,
a
huh?
place. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
right,
really I've had
right.
Lionheart, but no, I was blessed to go out back to WWE 3 weeks in a row this last December, late November, early December, when they were in
Oh,
OKC, I think Albuquerque, New Mexico, and then or Phoenix, Arizona, and then uh Kansas City. But I got to be in a little segment with Logan Paul and Bronson Reed and LA Knight and security getting beat up and all
oh,
that stuff. But but it was cool being back there. Got to see some old faces, see people I hadn't seen in a while, and see the environment and everything. I was like, wow, man, they only have 4 matches. And I felt like, you know, man, I felt like my character was I mean, I felt like my deal, I'm getting back into it, but even at that time last year, December, it was just so so on point and so repetitive and just like I felt like I could have gone out in front of any crowd, got that whole place chanting boom, boom,
right.
boom. You know what I mean? And not that I couldn't
Most
now, but I was just
definitely.
like, but I was just like, you know, all right, I got 4 matches, this whole deal. They're pushing this direction. They're a public company. They're this, they're that. Dude, I mean, my deal about wrestling right now is to bring the mission. I don't really want to be anything else. I don't want to be your heel. I don't want to be your clown or whatever else. I want to be this. And I want to claim this. I only got so many years. So am I really going to be able to do that here for sure? And all this, man, then all the extra stuff in front of your eyes. And I mean, golly, it's a lot. It's a lot. I feel sorry for a lot of those guys back there that have to deal with a lot all the time. Yes, it's a wrestler's dream. But how long are you a wrestler being able to live that dream? Your body, you're this, you're that. I mean, if you're making a difference in people's lives, souls, and eternity, then I mean that's way bigger of a weight and prize or something I want versus the short term wrestling for a wrestling career. And I know that's probably weird to a lot of people, maybe, and it's fine. That's a lot of people's just normal goal, and it was since I thought mine too. But yeah, I don't want to be back there anymore. And it's like, I'm good. I'm good. After that, I'm good. And it was a nice payday. I got paid pretty well from even a bonus for being hit by Bronson Reed or whoever else. And it was fun. It was good. It was all good. But I'm good on being, I don't know, back there, even TNA. I I don't know. Right situation, I may go back there again, but I went back there too a couple of times, December and January as well. And just the heaviness of it, man, and the grumbling and
I
the
think I lost him.
attitudes and the you gotta, better be talking to this person all the time and all this kind of crap that I don't really need in my life. I'm good. I'm good. It
Right.
ain't gonna be the money, whatever. I'm good. I don't need it. So that's kind of where I'm at.
How's the
NWA, I
travel?
would give a shot to NWA, but I mean that's one I like Billy
Okay.
Corgan. I've been working with that NWA Texas territory. That'd be the only one that hey, let's do it. But you know what? If they don't need me or you don't want me, fine. I've got plenty to do, and I'll go do that. But I feel like I got something to give to any company. But if they don't need me and that's for someone else, then hey, that's fine. Be where I'm supposed to be.
You're gonna always be where you need to be. Our plans and the creator plans be two different plans sometimes, man. But we always land where we need to be in life.
No scripts needed, just passion and mic. Two wrestling nerds with the loudest takes.